Hello, thanks for watching. So it's Wednesday, the 5th of February 2020. Everything going on this week is coming up to the full moon. I'm joined by my lovely cat here, who's very upset because you just don't get meat every single day in this house, I'm afraid. It's a fact of life, and she'd really like some meat. But there we are, right. The moon is in Gemini, so it's sociable, like my cat. People are quite quick-witted under a Gemini moon, actually, because it's expansive, you know. It's good for groups of people coming together. It's great for new learning, actually. And generally, it's just a positive time when we've got a Gemini moon. She's about 82% full at the moment, coming up to that full moon, which is going to be on Sunday, February the 9th. I'm trying to concentrate. Some say that's a supermoon, some say it isn't. Well, it's going to be 224,000 kilometres away from Earth. No, it's not, 224,000 miles away from Earth. So, quite honestly, that's far enough away for me. But it's going to look big in the sky. It's pretty close to the perigee when the moon comes closest to Earth. And that's coming up Sunday the 9th. So the lunar energy is very strong indeed at the moment. Today the moon is square Venus, and that puts even more kind of charge into social situations. The only thing is, it's emotional charge. So as cheerful as it is, it's going to have kind of quite a lot of meaning for people. So it's a good day to be kind of kind to each other if we possibly can. That said, any decisions, any choices going on are likely to be, based on feelings. People are coming from a place of what we feel in our hearts, and anything esoteric, any kind, spiritual practices of any kind, particularly spiritual gatherings, are likely to be really positive and probably to bring strong responses to whatever's going on. So that is the main astrological alignment that we're going through at the moment. Mercury is sextile Uranus, and Mercury is not retrograde yet. That doesn't happen until the 16th of February, which is well past next week, actually. But on the 1st of February, Mercury went into the pre-shadow to this Mercury retrograde. So it is actually slowing down, and we are beginning to see... oh dear, this cat. We are beginning to see things... slow down in terms of travel, transport, communication. Those things are becoming that bit more difficult as we move towards Mercury retrograde proper. But we're not there yet. And, Mercury retrograde isn't all bad news. It's just that communication tends to go wrong more than anything. And that's absolutely anything at all to do with communication, whether that's electronics breaking down with the internet. It could be the car. It could be shoes. If you're going to buy shoes, I would buy them before February the 16th or wait till much later on towards the end of March when the retrograde is going to be finally over. Anyway, Mercury sextile Uranus today, so progressive decisions, controversial decisions as well, and I think the controversy will be quite high today with anything like that, and new innovations possibly coming through. Possibly that's going to be going slow because Mercury is in that pre-shadow to retrograde. Venus void in Pisces, so probably not the best day for a business deal, I would say, unless you've got it well and truly planned and this is something that you've been working on for some time. Today is just not the day for it. Strong emotions basically tend to be behind any actions that come out, and that's really going quite strongly with the feeling-based way we're looking at things with the moon square Venus. Come on, cat. Just calm down a bit. Mars is void in Sagittarius, so people, individuals basically, are likely to bring things out of the cupboard and suddenly do things that no one else was expecting and maybe that no one else wanted to happen. That could come up, but that is the way of things, really. Basically, people taking risks that favour themselves over everybody else. That also goes with the impulsive side of Venus void in Pisces there. I'm not going to try and go too much further with this because the cat is very active with me here today. But let's just think about that full moon, which is coming up on Sunday the 9th. And I will be doing more videos before then, but I think it's worth a look at. Whenever we get a full moon, that means that the sun is opposite the moon. And anything to do with moon astrology and just looking at the moon generally in the night sky has so much to do with the sun, because the light we see reflected from the moon is actually the sunlight. You know, it's just being reflected rather than being directly above us in the sky, because it's night time. But, you know, night follows day, day follows night, so sun and moon are in that same cycle following each other, and one tends to characterize the other. Now, some people are saying that on Sunday, the 9th of February, it's going to be a supermoon. Some people are saying it isn't. It'll look big in the sky. It certainly will. But really, you know, it's so far away. I really don't know. There were supermoons last year, which when you looked at them in the sky, didn't look all that big. And that tended to depend on where you were in the world exactly. But supermoon is something that gets hyped up in these modern internet times. Basically, it's much easier to sell a video on YouTube, which I'm guilty of trying to do, I must admit. If you can put supermoon in the title, it kind of gets people on the edge of their seats. I really don't know about it. But anyway, this one that's coming up on Sunday, it's going to be in 20 degrees Leo, and it's making two planetary aspects, which are fairly weak actually, but which are very closely related to Mars, so it's going to be passionate. And I'm flagging this up today on Wednesday the 5th of February just because it's the applying thing, it's coming in, it's where the moon is headed as this lunar energy builds up, so it is going to be quite a strong influence. So look out, not just for other people being sort of more passionate than, you know, maybe over egging things a bit more than they need to be. You know, giving things more meaning and giving things more meaning and intensity than they really need to have. And look out for that yourself. Actually, things just to become overcharged as we're coming up to a full moon. So, you know, keep it real. That's what I'm always saying, isn't it? On that note, I've really got to do something about this cat. So I'm going to say thanks very much for watching. Thumbs up, please, if you've enjoyed this one. Leave me a comment. It's great to share the journey, and it's great to know who I'm giving these videos out to. It just helps me kind of dial in and sort of zero in to the actual meaning of this has for whatever audience I've got out there. So anyway, I hope you have a fantastic day. Share me around social media if you can. It's great to get the word out, and I'll be back soon with more readings. Peace.